Hey guys, welcome to The Camera Adds 10 Pounds. This is my podcast, guys. I'm your host, Peter Surs, and today I have another special guest, a good friend of mine, comedian, now musician. I guess maybe always musician, but now like more music than comedy. But I've known him. He was one of the first people that like I kind of like made friends with when I started doing comedy 7 years ago. You were a baby back then. And now you're like all grown up with like facial hair and everything.
No, I got this last week.
Everyone say hello to my good friend. I'll call you by your name first, and then I'll call my good friend Andy Lugo, aka the musical artist Frisky.
Frisky.
Is it Frisky the rap? Is it just Frisky now?
I dropped the rapper and now it's just Frisky.
Okay.
Keep it vague.
So Frisky.
Yeah, just Frisky. Yeah.
Got it.
And then my handles are Frisky Troubles. And
Frisky Troubles on
Yeah.
Instagram and Twitter. Well, we'll
yeah.
plug you later.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that.
But yeah, dude, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Good.
This is actually funny because I've known Andy, like I said, almost 7 years. I feel like we met right when I started doing comedy.
Dude, the early days of stand-up.
Yeah, doing shows with Rick Martinez,
Whew,
who
fucking Rick.
I haven't talked about on this podcast. I talked about it when I was on the Comedy Pop-Up podcast, but I'll talk about it here too.
Yeah.
Did I don't know where he is now. I haven't seen him in a few years. I don't know if he disappeared. I don't know if he's even alive still.
I don't know either.
TBH, because
Yeah.
the last time I saw him, it looked like he was dying.
Yeah, like he had lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah, because he had like
Yeah.
cirrhosis or something.
Was
maybe.
it?
That's what he
Oh,
said. I think it could have been full-blown AIDS, if I'm being honest.
I just thought he heard the camera adds 10 pounds. He's like,
Yeah.
I gotta lose it.
But he tried to hook up with me, and he tried to hook up with Jordan.
And Jordan, a gay comedian friend of ours.
Yeah, and he probably
Peter-
tried to hook up with several other people that we know. That
You know, I'm oblivious, so he could have probably hooked up with me, and I would have
Yeah.
been like,
He,
"Oh,
like-
Rick, you're being funny."
he did it like, because if you guys follow my comedy, you know that I joke around a lot about the fact that people, if they don't know me, they might think I'm gay. And there's just a lot of stuff that it is what it is, man. And I think he really thought that I was, or anyway, like it's really subtle, but I remember him being like, it's like, yeah, dude, like we'll go on the road and then like we'll get a hotel and we'll just fucking get crazy or something. And I was like, what, dude?
Like, and then maybe whip out our dicks and
He's
measure,
like,
no
yeah,
homo.
yeah.
You know,
he's like,
something.
he's like, I know you're gay, bro. Like, it's fine. I don't care, dude. Like, he's like, I fuck around sometimes too. I'm like, I'm not gay, dude. I'm not like at all. And I had already known that because Jordan had told me that like he tried to hook up with him too, and I'm just like, oh, what? Because this guy, like, if he portrays he hooked up with a lot of girls too, and he's like married with like kids.
Yeah.
I feel bad now talking about him, but whatever.
Yeah, he was a sleazebag.
You know what he would do? I'll talk about it. I don't give a shit, dude. It's my podcast. He would go on like all these dating sites, like Plenty of Fish and OkCupid, and like literally aim towards like overweight older girls or just like super like overweight girls and like flirt with them and send them messages and then trick them into coming to the comedy shows. And so like we'd do these comedy shows with him, and there'd be all these like just large girls thinking that they were gonna like hook up with him at the end of the night.
Yeah, and like it was good for us because we didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
But we would show up and it was like a packed crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh. And I don't know about you, but I kill it in the older to 40 overweight female demographic.
I mean, like
they
it was
love me.
There was at that point, like to get like people to follow you on social media is like a big deal. It's still now, but like I feel like a lot of them still follow me because of like those shows that we did like years ago.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
But I didn't realize the game until later on when like there was like I remember we used to always have the after parties at GameWorks and shit too.
Yeah, and we're like, man, he really has a lot of the same type of
and then
woman
like
around.
and then some of the girls would like tell me like, oh yeah, like I met him on this and he was I'm like, oh. And there was even oh man, I hope she doesn't listen to this, but do you remember the little person that would come to the shows?
I think I do.
There was a
I don't know. I don't remember her name, but
I remember her. I know her name because she still follows me on
Oh, no
social media
way.
too. But like he hooked up with her too, took advantage, and I'm like, what a fucking asshole,
Dude, this
dude.
dude was just anything. See, this is the ugly part of show business. It's like when you get to a certain point, you do whatever it takes to get people to show up to your shoes. And
Yeah, I mean, you got to promote you do have to promote yourself, and some people do it in ethical ways, and some. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I'll tell you this. I've done it. Like, actually, I used to do it a lot before I was in a relationship.
You used to be on Plenty of Fish too?
No, yeah, I mean, I was on all the dating sites, but like if I was going somewhere to do a show, I would go on like I had like the Tinder like Plus or whatever.
Okay.
And I would swipe right on everybody.
Yeah.
Right. And then if I got a match, I wouldn't flirt with them. I would just send them a message saying like it was copy paste. Hi, I'm Peter. I'm a comedian. I'm performing tomorrow at or this weekend at this place. Like I'd love for you to catch a show. Like I didn't flirt. Like I wasn't.
You didn't sell them a dreams of a
correct.
family.
Yeah. Like I wasn't like, hey, what's up, girl? Like you're cute and this and that.
You should really come to my show.
And a lot of girls would get mad.
Yeah.
But like actually, it worked for me for some girls because like if they think you're cute or whatever, they're gonna come or they're just like, hey, I'll go to a comedy show. And like that's actually when I recorded my album, I had a girlfriend, but like I was just doing that. I told her I was like, hey, I'm gonna go on Tinder and promote, and I got a lot of girls to come to the show. I didn't, like I said, didn't flirt with them. So it's like, I mean, it probably still works. I don't know. I don't know.
You're like you still got people coming to your show.
Yeah, I wish, but like I mean, because it is hard to fill a room, like especially like at the improvs and stuff where they're like so big.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But anyway, so Andy is actually saw that I was doing this podcast and hit me up. It's like, hey, I'd love to do your podcast. And like I said, I've known Andy for like 7 years. And I've known. How old were you when I met you? Like 21, barely.
Yeah, probably like I was still in college, so yeah, like 2021.
21.
Yeah, for
sure. Because you were super young.
Yeah. I think I remember not.
How old are you now?
I'm fucking 30 now.
You're 30?
Oh, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
So
yeah,
it's
you're
been 9 years.
So you'd have been like 23-ish. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've known him for a while, and like he's like I said, he's someone in comedy that like I consider a friend. So when he hit me up, I was like, dude, because Andy gained a little bit of weight since I first met him initially. Like how much weight would you say you gained?
Like probably like 12 pounds. I was at like 190. Oh, since I first met you?
Yes, I was like, you gained more than 12 pounds.
Probably like, yeah. It was like, no. Since I don't know, dude. I probably went from like
30.
Yeah, probably like 30. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's safe.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Yeah, because when I was in college, I was like 160.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at my worst, I was at like 190 something. So
Okay, yeah, exactly. So I was like, hey, dude, the podcast is called The Camera Adds 10 Pounds, not 50.
And I was like, most people would have been like, fuck you, Peter, but I took that as a wake-up call.
Yeah, like, if I feel like if people are really your friends, like, they'll tell you how it is.
Yeah.
It's not like...
But I would have pissed me off is you were the first person to tell me that. And then I looked in the mirror and I looked at old photos. I was like, shit, I did gain weight. Like, you see yourself every day, so you can't tell. And then I was like, holy crap, I did gain weight. This is awful.
But in Andy's defense, in Frisky's defense, I'm going to defend you. You went to law school.
I did, yeah.
And law school is what, like 3 years?
3 years of law school.
And it's a lot of studying, a lot of just
late nights.
I can't imagine.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, it's probably very similar to like comedy, except like.
Except the exact opposite.
It's like it's just a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
And you don't get paid shit while you're doing it.
For sure. If anything, no. If anything,
so that's just like comedy.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, from a financial standpoint, it is exactly like comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
No one cares about you. You're getting a lot of debt, and you're not getting paid for what you do.
Yeah.
Perfect. True.
And then you finished it, and then
took the bar.
Passed it. You were a lawyer.
That's another 2.5 months of just straight studying.
Right. So like I get it. Like people when they're going to school and stuff like that, like it's your priority is just to you're spending all this money on school.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm spending. You said $200,000.
Dude, last time I checked, I was at 230.
Oh my god.
Cash, American dollars.
So I don't know about you guys, but like if I spend, I don't know, like okay, perfect example. I like Fogo de Chao. You ever been there?
Yeah, dude, I love that place.
Great.
The
Brazilian
barbecue.
Yeah,
I was about to say
great.
Brazilian wax.
Fogo de Chao, and it's probably like $80 a person or something like that.
Yeah.
If you don't drink.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey.
If you don't have alcohol,
which I always do.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, if I'm paying $80 for this dinner, I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
And it's a la carte, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like gonna go to town. So for you, you're like, okay, I'm paying $200,000 for this law school. Yeah. I'm fucking getting this law degree.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But see, I mean, for the kids out there that want to go to school and want to incur a lot of debt, that level of debt is it's kind of like the U.S. debt. You know how they say we're like trillions of dollars in debt. You think about it this much because it's such a ridiculous number.
I mean, it's a stupid number.
It's a stupid number for a degree. So I'm just like, I worry about it this much. I pay off the minimum amount that I can every month, and then I just live my life.
But the thing about like with student debt, or I mean, not all student debt, but like at least like if you're going to law school, you have it's like, hey, okay, it's kind of like comedy. I was just talking to my buddy today about it. Like you're invested in yourself.
For sure, absolutely.
Because you're saying, okay, like I'm investing this $200,000+
right.
And it's subsidized, right? So there's not a ton of interest. Right?
Most of it is subsidized, right? There's some unsubsidized loans.
We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't want to get into it.
But you see yourself as like, okay, I'm investing this much money because in 20 or 30 years, it will make me
it's made me,
millions. Essentially nowadays, right?
Yeah, it's made me more marketable as a human being.
Yeah, so it's an investment in yourself. But the unfortunate thing is like a lot of people don't make that investment in themselves. No. Not just like in law school, but like for perfect example, I was talking to my buddy today about like taking a job on the weekend, making $400 to feature at a comedy club, right? And it's like, is that $400 after travel and whatever I have to spend? How much am I going to actually profit? And it's like, maybe not a lot. Hopefully I'll sell merchandise, which I usually do, especially on the road. Like I sell T-shirts and CDs and stuff. So then that adds to that, money that I'm in the black, hopefully not in the red. But I don't see it as, okay, I'm only making $400. I see it as, okay, in 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 or 5. I mean, whenever that timeline is, I'm going to headline that club, and now I'll be making, $2,000 that weekend. Right. Or maybe I'll have a following enough where I could say, hey, actually, just give me a part of the door.
Exactly.
And then I'm making $3,000 or $4,000, whatever it might be. Right. Or, okay, now I have that audience. Now, eventually, I'm going to be working theaters in that city, but I have all these fans that I've been building over the last 3, 4. So I see it as an investment in myself.
Right. Yeah, no, that's how it is.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, that's just life in general. Whether you want to, pursue an educational career, you want to pursue a career in comedy, you have to be willing to invest time and money. Yeah. You don't get to $1 million without spending close to $1 million. Yeah. That's just the reality of it. So, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna, I see you putting in the time and effort as a comedian. Like you're putting in the work, you're hitting the road, you're doing everything a comedian should do, and it's gonna pay off in the long run. You just have to be patient. It's not gonna be right away. No one's gonna be like, I love Peter. I'm gonna put him on the next freaking movie with Jim Carrey.
It seems like that, but that's usually not how it happens.
Yeah. Okay, exactly. So you'll work up to that.
The general public, I feel like, sees it like that. Yeah. Right. Like,
do I have to get closer?
Just get a little tighter.
Okay, Alex just yelled at you.
Okay.
That's Alex, guys. That's Alex, our sound guy. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Alex Khan.
Where's it from?
Yeah.
Khan.
Con.
Got it. I was like, I heard.
But yeah, for real.
I was like, damn.
But anyway, so I made fun of you when you asked me initially to be on the podcast, but then you said that you've lost.
I have
lost 30 pounds.
No. I've lost 13 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lost like a significant amount of weight.
Okay.
Mainly because I had a photo shoot coming up.
Oh,
and I was like,
camera adds 10 pounds, dude. There you go.
Yeah, but it was a mixture of that and you being the first person in my circle to tell me, hey, dude, you've gained some weight. My own girlfriend didn't even tell me.
Really?
And now that I lost a lot of the weight, she's like, yeah, you did get kind of heavy. I was like, why didn't you fucking tell me? I'm not gonna get like offended.
That happened to me too with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
When I used to work at Dave and Buster's.
Really?
At the mall. Yeah, at the mall. Like when I was like 20, 21.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And they have good food. Like it's crazy because I've actually never been to the one over here in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. But like they have really good food, and so when you work there, you either get half price on the food, which is great. Or if you do a good job, a lot of times the managers will just buy your food. Oh. So like I would eat there every day.
No, so you freaking
and then you're working at a bar, so you're staying out till 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 because that's what time the bar closes, and then afterwards you probably eat something else on the way home, like Jack. I mean, I was also in my early 20s, so I ate like, Jack.
Dude, you
in the
could
Box.
get away with a lot more.
But I didn't though. That's the thing. And so I gained. That was when I got close to. I've talked about it on the podcast a little bit, but I was 200 pounds.
Oh shit! Oh, I've never gotten to that.
Yeah. I was 200
Do you have photos?
pounds. Yeah, I have one photo, and it's a bad
Please
photo
send
because
it
this
to
is
me.
before HD photos. But it's me and my ex-girlfriend, and we're in a picture, and we're hugging.
Yeah.
And her hands on my stomach, but like my stomach is like out here, and like I saw the picture, and the same thing, I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why didn't you tell me that? She's like, cause I don't care. I'm like, I do.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I care. And I was like 22. Like, I'm like, you gotta tell me this shit,
Yeah,
dude. You
dude.
gotta tell me that I have 200 pounds now, not with muscle.
It's funny. So the stereotype, like, when you get in a relationship, you gain weight.
For sure.
So I've been kind of messing with my girl because she's in Boston right now. She's been in Boston for a month now, and in that month I lost the 10 pounds.
Oh, really?
So I've been just kind of been like, honestly, it's you, babe.
For sure.
Because you feed me chocolate and you make me dinner and you make big portions. Once you left, I lost all
Your
the
girl
weight.
makes you dinner?
Yeah, she does.
Like every night?
Most nights. Yeah.
No shit.
She's Hispanic, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't. I don't care. I can.
It's not worth.
I can eat 7-Eleven pizza.
It's not worth it. Fuck those Hispanic girls. I don't give a shit, dude.
You gotta. Yeah. There's a level of crazy that you have to be okay with.
White girls only, man. Sorry.
Dude, but white girls are just as crazy.
Yeah,
but different.
No,
They're different crazy.
It's a different crazy.
Yeah, it is a different crazy.
But it's just what I like, man.
Yeah.
But so what have you been doing to lose the weight?
Boxing. So I used to be.
You've been boxing.
Yes.
I love boxing now.
Yeah. Oh, really?
We talked about it. I'm gonna have one of the guys from the boxing studio go to come on in a couple weeks.
Oh, dope.
Where are you going?
Well, I just do LA Fitness. So I used to box when I was in high school. That was
really?
actually like the best shape I ever got because I used to get like picked on as a kid. And,
Why?
And like, well, just because I was like kind of chunky and I had like weird teeth, and I was just the perfect target to get picked
I got made
on.
fun of as a kid. too.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. So I got picked on all the time too. But in my neighborhood is either like fight or die. So it's just like I gotta learn how to fight.
You go from Fontana, right?
Yeah, we're in Fontana. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta learn how to fight because all these dudes keep trying to square me up, trying to fight.
What high school did you go to?
Etowanda. So it's like
okay.
Etowanda is like on the cusp of like
Yeah.
of like the rich white side and then the ghetto side. It
Right.
was a weird
It's like
mix.
in the middle. Yeah.
It's in the middle. So you have super ghetto people and super rich people going to that school. But I hung out with the ghetto side because I was on the ghetto side.
Right.
So I was like, I have to learn how to fight. So I picked up boxing. I went to the Fontana Boxing Club and I would like compete and stuff. And I got pretty good. And that was like the best workouts I ever had in my life. And then so I still remember that training. So now to lose the weight, I just picked up on cardio, and then we have bags at the LA Fitness that I go to.
Which one do you go to?
The one off of on Mid Wilshire in front of the
by
LACMA.
the lights.
Yeah, in front of LACMA.
I used to go to that one.
Yeah, dude, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest.
it ain't the worst one.
It's
It's not the worst. LA
It's
Fitness.
pretty close.
No, dude. They revamped it. They remodeled it.
All right.
Here's how I know it's good. I was looking around the other day, and there was a lot of good-looking gay dudes. That's usually a sign that your gym's dope.
No.
I think so.
I think because they opened. There's all kinds of new condos in that area.
That's probably why
And
too.
I think that's
no,
probably
it's a very young, good-looking crowd now, like at that LA Fitness. But I had
No, it always was.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Had like the locker room. Sorry guys, if you guys are listening, and don't know what we're talking about. The locker room is like upstairs and like across the hall.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're
It's like
come on, dude.
It's in the
I gotta
other building.
pee and I
It's
gotta
in the
go
other
across the bridge and then turn down a left turn and then a right till you're like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, okay, so that's the only bad part.
Yeah.
But like they remodeled everything, so it looks really nice.
Okay.
Like and they're paying me $300 just to say this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm plugging LA Fitness. Yeah. So they remodeled everything and it's super cool. So
Okay.
I like it.
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, it's really
It's
dope.
like, because where I live, the closest gym is actually the gym that I train at, but there's an LA Fitness that's a little bit further, but almost as close. The one on Wilshire and Doheny.
Okay.
But I don't love that one because it's really small.
Yeah.
But I used to go to that one all the
Yeah.
time because I used to live close by to there. Anyway.
Anyways,
So
yeah.
you just go and
Yeah.
go into the room and do the bags.
Yeah, so I do the bags. I wish they had the speed bag 'cause I'm really good at the speed bag. But yeah, I do, the sit up workouts that we used to do when I used to box. I do like the shadow boxing, hit the bag.
Shout out to the Shadow Boxers, one of my favorite bands.
Oh, really? That's a band?
Yeah.
Shadow Boxers? I'll check them out.
They're great.
Really?
Yeah, you might
Can
like
you
them.
box to them? Shadow box to them? Like are they the type of music where You put them on and just.
They got a
hit the
couple
air?
good songs that you might be able to box too.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Alright.
they're kind of like soulful. That's why I think you might like them. They're like all white dudes, but they play instruments. They were opening for they're on Justin Timberlake's label.
Yeah.
They were opening for him on the tour.
Okay.
And now they have. Actually, I'm gonna go see them next week. They're gonna be at Hotel Cafe. You're welcome, Shadowboxers, for the free advertising.
Bam.
But yeah, they live there. They're from Atlanta. Then they were in Nashville for a while. Now they live here. But
Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I do the shadow boxing, and then I do a lot more like running, because I mean, as a boxer, you got to have a lot of stamina. So
Yeah. So
running
when's your
long
first fight?
distances- Never, dude. I can't, dude. I don't think I could take a hit like I used to.
Dude, we should
I'm
go to a
scared.
boxing class.
I'd be down, dude. I'm pretty good. Like,
I think I am.
uh-huh.
And then like when we get like the mitts and stuff, like
Uh-huh.
sometimes I have it down, and
Yeah.
then other times like I'm like fuck, and I'll just fuck up the
Yeah,
combos.
it's a rhythm,
but that's
yeah.
why I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's something that like as an athlete, like I can do it, but like I'm also not great at it. So like I like the challenge of it.
For sure.
And then there's nothing like just hitting a bag or hitting a mitt, and
Yeah,
like
and
especially when you do it right. Like I've talked about it, but like
Yeah.
just the sound it makes, you're like
Yeah.
oh
Oh yeah, that pop.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
when
great.
You get a right hook. Like,
Yeah, when
it's
you get
perfect.
when you get the pop, especially
Yeah.
especially with the mitts, you're like, oh hell yeah.
Dude, yeah, because I got one thing that I used to be good at when I used to box was my hook and my
What hook? Front hook
yeah,
or
front
back
right,
hook?
front right.
So
Like
you're
back.
are
No,
you
yeah,
left-handed?
no, right-handed. So back hook.
Back hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I dude like they were deadly. So that's why I like even now like I'm afraid to like punch someone, just because like I know that like I can really knock someone out if I really want to, like, and not just knock them out, like really do some damage. So that's why I get scared. I'm like, I don't want to fight. Like in the ring, that's different. It's all more tactical, and I don't have that down.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm scared to go ring, because I was like, it's way more tactical, and I don't have that part of me down.
This is gonna be. This is the first time I've said this on the air with anybody, but one of my cousins. You've probably seen him at shows. He used to come to our shows a lot, but he's kind of crazy. But I think it's deeper rooted than that. Anyway, he's gotten like super jealous of me over the last few years
Because of all the comedy success?
I mean, if you can call it that.
I could call it
but
that.
Yeah.
You've been doing good things.
And but like he was like an actor, like back, like he tried to do acting.
Okay.
He did a lot of background work.
Okay.
And then this is like before like social media and just like I don't know. Anyway, so everyone who like wasn't in the business saw him like, okay, have you ever done background work?
No.
Have you ever done background work, Alex? Really? Okay, you guys are both lucky for
So
not having it.
what is background work?
Okay,
Do
so
you just stand in the background?
basically, so let's say like
And you call it work?
let's say we're watching a TV show.
Okay.
And we're the stars of a TV show, and we're in a restaurant eating.
Yeah.
Right? And so the camera's on us.
Yeah.
And all those people in the background.
Oh, extras.
Yeah,
Extra work.
extras.
Oh, got it.
Background,
okay.
extras.
I see. Sorry, dog. You got to use the Hollywood lingo.
Well, it's background
Is
talent.
it? Oh, damn it.
Extras is like
I don't do
is
movies.
like calling a server a waitress. You know what I mean? Like you got to get the terminology down.
Oh, I thought
Have you
it
done
was-
extra work?
I haven't,
Okay.
no.
Okay, so
You would be a great extra, Alex.
Oh, thank you.
It's just
I
boring.
can see you the background of everywhere.
Dude.
It's boring. They treat you like shit. You know.
They don't care about you.
They don't. You're just in the background. Like a lot of times you're not even in focus.
I see,
Like
yeah.
one of the things is like, and I've seen it too, where like certain comics will use like something they were in as a background person as like a credit. I'm not naming names, but there's people out there that do it. And
But they'll name it as like a legit credit. Like
yeah,
an
and you'll go to
active English.
IMDb, and like they're not even on IMDb. You're like, oh, you were an extra, and then they're like, I was a featured extra, which is like a thing, which means like that you could actually see your face, which is bullshit, dude.
That's
You're a fucking
retarded.
extra.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
my cousin used to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the main rules that they tell you on most sets is don't talk to the actors
Oh.
unless they talk to you.
Oh.
Like, don't talk to them. Like I said, this is before social media, so I haven't really been on a set like that
Yeah.
where I don't know.
Oh, is it because like most people be like they could expose how dickish that is, or what? Why does social media matter?
I think because like now, like okay, so for example, like some sets, they don't want you to have your phones like out on set because maybe photos will get leaked.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Let's say
yeah.
you're on Marvel and like you can't leak a photo of you know Thanos dying or sorry guys, fuck if you haven't seen it yet,
dude. Honestly, if you haven't seen Endgame by now, dude,
yeah.
and even if you don't even have to see it to know that Thanos has to die, like,
but like
no
shit
way.
like that, you know what I mean? So like I've been on sets where they're like, yeah, you can bring your phones out. We want you to like plug the show or whatever. And then other ones would like leave your phones in the trailer. So anyway, point being, my cousin would always somehow manage to still approach the actors and get pictures with them, even though that's like rule number one, and be like, oh, I'm working with Luke Perry today. This, like I said, this is before social media, so like he would just give us pictures. He would take pictures and show it. So when you had to develop fucking pictures,
he's like sitting there. In his
like it was like in the late '90s, like mid to late '90s, early 2000s. And so he would like say, like, yeah, I worked with so and so. I work with, and it's like, no, dude, you're an extra. Like you didn't work with so and so. You were just an extra. Anyway, point being, now he's super jealous of what I've been doing in comedy, and so he came to one of my shows, got shit faced, was like hugging me backstage, and like was just really like being kind of like not just
like bitter.
No, like I love you, man. We got to do a podcast or we got to do a short video. I'm like, hey, dude, like I'm about to go on stage right now. Like, just relax. Like, I love you. Like, like hugging me, and I'm like, anyway. Long story short, he ended up getting a DUI one night after one of my shows.
Oh shit!
And like blamed me, kind of, and then like,
damn,
I don't know. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, took it to he sent me like a funny like what he thought was a funny video.
Yeah.
And I didn't respond. He sent me and my brother and one of my other cousins this like funny video.
Yeah. And
I didn't respond because like, just to let you know, I'm just putting it out there. I don't know how you feel about this, Alex. If you are friends, this is for everybody listening, watching. If you're friends with a comedian, okay? If you're friends or your family with a comedian, and you send them a video of something that you think is funny, but you've never shared one of their videos, they're going to not like you. Okay? If you're not going to share my videos that I post, whatever, but then send me some fucking bullshit that's not even funny, because most of the time it's not, I'm going to be like, you know what? Fuck you, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not, even if it is funny, I'm not going to laugh at it.
Exactly. Are you sharing my videos with other people? Because I don't think you are.
Nope.
So fuck you, man. Okay? So anyway, he sent me this, and it wasn't funny. I don't remember what it was. And I didn't respond. And then he makes a comment, oh, too good to not respond, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what, dude? Like, it's just not funny. Like, I don't think it's funny. I don't need to respond.
So he has a major
So
complex.
then it went to like, I'm being an asshole. Like, my head's gotten too big. I'm not being humble. I'm like, no, I just didn't think it's funny, dude. And then it went to like, where I was going with this was he told my other cousin that he wanted to have a boxing match with me with gloves and everything. Dude, and I'm just like, wait, where did that even come from?
That's such hood mentality.
I know. And I'm like, dude, I will fucking knock you out, dude. Like, I'm so good. My hands and like I'm an athlete.
I'm fast, bro.
Like, I'm an athlete, dude. So that was where I went with that. Sorry, I went on a
I was like, woo. But we got there. Dude, that's fine. Yeah, that is such a hood mentality. It's just like, if you don't like someone, you just want to fight them.
But like, he specifically wanted to fight me like in a boxing ring.
But it's just like, that's years of tension building up, and then he was like, how am I gonna get him? In the ring. And that's like,
I would do like a celebrity boxing match if
that'd be cool.
I was a celebrity and he was a celebrity.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Still, man.
Like,
imagine getting knocked out. Have you ever been knocked out?
I've been knocked. I got sucker punched one time.
Okay.
And I got knocked down, but not knocked out.
Like, you've never like blacked out and then woke
I've
up?
fainted.
Okay.
Which is probably very similar.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
It is. It's kind of like fainting, but you just wake up with a headache.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Cause I remember. So when I was back in high school, like there's like, I forget his name, but he was like a very famous boxer, and he was at my gym. And I didn't know who he was at the time.
Was it Sugar Shane? Because I know he's
no
one
that big. Big. But he was at my gym.
Manny Pacquiao?
No, they were they were like pretty big, but not Manny, not Mayweather, Pacquiao level. No.
Alex Barkas?
So, yeah, like they were like on the come up. I think his name. Shoot.
That's all right.
I think Anthony something. I don't know. But anyway, so he was there like sparring, and then my coach, like, he was like trying to get me to the next level, and he's all like, "Why don't you get in the ring and spar with him?" And I didn't know how good he was. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I get in there.
How
like,
old are you? Like
I was 17.
Okay.
He was like in his like early 20s.
Yeah.
But dude, like as soon as he threw his like first couple punches, I was like, I'm fucked. I was like, I can't keep
You
up.
have headgear on?
Yeah. No, I didn't. No
Oh,
headgear. No,
shit.
this was a ghetto boxing gym.
Oh wow.
No
I mean, it's
headgear.
Montana, so.
Yeah. So I was he just kept coming at me, and I was like trying to like duck him. I couldn't even get one punch in, and finally I just see it in his eyes. Like, I'm just gonna end this dude. And fucking right hook and pa. Just the next thing I remember, just waking up, and my coach is laughing at me like, "You all right?" I was like, God, fucking hurt. So yeah, it was bad.
So you got knocked out.
I got knocked out. Like, I just remember just seeing his fist come
That's
right
crazy.
here
in
and
your temple.
yeah,
Yeah.
done. So
I feel like that does anyone in, right? You
Yeah,
get knocked
yeah.
in the temple. That's
Yeah.
like the most sensitive. I think isn't it like the most sensitive part of your head? I think
I
if
think
you get
so.
punched there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
think
that's
so.
usually where I aim. That's where I
Really?
would aim. Yeah, aim in the
Have you
jaw.
been in a fight before?
Yes, I
You
have.
have?
I have. Yes, I have been in
How old were you?
several fights.
Really? Several?
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Like, it was fight or die, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember one time I got into a fight at the mall with my buddy. Greg. It was Greg. Remember Greg?
I can see
You know
that.
Greg. So he was like sitting there at the mall, and like we were just being funny. He's like, dude, I'm gonna throw like dirty looks at people, and he like throws a dirty look at an old lady, and we're like, haha, that's funny. He like throws a dirty look at like a baby, and we're like, haha, that's pretty funny. And then like these like fucking like bros come up to him, and they're like, yo, dog, you looking this wrong? And he's just like, and then no, and then so he pushes him, and then I get up. And then his buddy like tries to back me up, and as soon as he touches me, I just fucking start wailing on this dude. Like I went like
It's like at Montclair Plaza.
no, this was at Ontario. It was Ontario, right? You know where the
Great.
Cheesecake Factory is? Was that?
There
used
like
to be a
the mini
like
one.
yeah. It was like one at the
It
entrance.
was just desserts.
yeah. It was just like desserts. Yeah,
yeah.
it was in
Uh-huh.
that area.
By Nike.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Across the street, across the hall from the Nike. So
Shout out to Nike if you want to sponsor this podcast.
there you go.
Mhm.
So yeah, so like I throw like three hits at him like really fast, and he goes down, and then his buddies see how freaking good I was, and they were just like standing there watching me like beat the crap out of him.
No shit.
And then he's on the floor, and he's like this, like he's done. And then I grab the chair that I was sitting on and fucking bust him on the back.
Are you
with it. I
serious?
swear to
Fucking
God.
wrestling
Yeah,
style?
with wrestling
What?
style. I went, "Pah!" And then like I just look up, and his buddy's like, and then that's when security came, and they all dramatic. They tackle me.
Of course.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, dude, I was done. Yeah.
Dude, you reminded me of this story, dude. So I used to work at Dave & Buster's, which is right there.
Yeah.
And we used to get fights all the time.
Uh-huh.
And so I did security there when I worked there,
Uh-huh.
which is hilarious in itself. But like the security at Dave & Buster's, we used to have like radios to kind of communicate with one another, like if shit was going on, especially
Uh-huh.
like on the weekends, because that's usually when
Yeah.
stuff went down. And so we had a code, and it was like all captains. That's what our position was. We were called captains. And
It's not a big deal.
yeah, I mean, no, it's just the name of our position.
Yeah.
Everyone had like weird titles. Like servers were called something else. And anyway, so if you heard all captains and then the location, that meant you had to run to wherever that location was because something was going down.
Shit.
So I remember like, and I used to love it, dude. Like, cause like, at the end of the day, I'll be honest. Like, some people I could probably take, and some people I can't. I think that's everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Uh,
You size them up.
But if you have a group of people with you,
Mhm.
you have a little bit more courage.
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So always knew that no matter what happened, I would always have within like a couple seconds another 4 or 5 dudes there to
Yeah.
back me up on anything. So there's this fight, right? And this is like on a weekend, and it's breaking out, and it's like I don't remember who the one guy was, but the dude that was like winning the fight was like this big jack black dude, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm talking like jacked. Like even for me, now like he was
Uh-huh.
jacked, and so there's a fight. We break up the fight,
Uh-huh.
and then the dude. So we're in the arcade at Dave & Buster's,
Okay.
breaking up the fight, and then he runs towards the front door, which is like probably like 100 yards.
Yeah.
Like he runs down the hall. So I go chase him, and like on the weekends we have Ontario Police Department there.
Right.
So I go chase him, and I'm like, we need all captains to the front door. The suspect's trying to get away. Like I'm like a cop, dude. I'm fucking chasing this guy, right?
Like heading eastbound.
Yeah.
Near the nachos.
And so he starts to run towards the door, and I jump on him to like tackle him.
Uh-huh.
And this dude is so big, he just like gets like the Hulk and throws me off. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude. And I'm like staring at this fucking dude, and I'm like, this guy's gonna knock me the fuck out. So like, little side note,
Uh-huh.
I had jaw surgery when I was in high school,
Oh,
and
shit.
so I still had plates in my jaw. So I'm always really weary about getting hit in the jaw.
Yeah.
So he looks at me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And then he turns around, and he runs outside. And just as he's running outside, here comes 2 cops coming inside.
Yeah.
And they fucking, they go like a running back and a linebacker, dude. And it's so loud. And he took it was great. Dude. And then I helped them handcuff the guy. And I was like, and my girlfriend at the time worked at Dave & Buster's too. She's like, what were you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Adrenaline was pumping. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, bro.
I thought I was badass for a second, and then he turned around, and I was like, oh fuck, dude.
And he checks you real quick, like, dude, you're tiny.
Those are the days, man.
Yeah, I remember one time I was gonna fight this cholo. I think we were fighting over a girl or something.
Of course.
And then Greg, it was again fucking Greg. He's gotten me into more fights than any other person.
Because he's little.
Yeah. So he was like, the guy calls me out. He's like, fucking, let's meet at the parking lot after school. And then I was like, and then Greg was like, dude, you gotta fight him, bro. You gotta fight him. And I was like, you think so? He's like, yeah, you can take him. I know you can. I was like, all right. I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, and I remember Greg was like, if anything happens, we jump in and we kick his ass. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I had buddies with me. And then so we go to the parking lot, and he was a cholo. So his fucking brothers show up. I'm talking straight out of prison.
Yeah.
Like probably
West Valley.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably West Valley. Yeah. Yeah. All of them like lined up in their freaking their lowriders. They show up. And then I look at Greg, and he's like, don't worry, dog. We got you. And then as soon as I get in the parking lot, the first thing his brother says, if anyone jumps in, we jump in. Right. And I look back at Greg. He's like, you're on your own, bro. I got my ass kicked.
Oh,
he beat my ass.
Damn it.
Yeah. He was a good fighter. Because he always wore baggy clothes. So I was like, I could take him.
Oh,
he takes off his shirt. I was like, this dude is ripped.
Oh,
I was like, I'm fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I got my ass kicked on that one.
Did you get in trouble?
No, we got away. Because it was like so there's like a parking lot, like
I'm familiar with Etowanda.
Yeah, so there's the parking lot, and then there was the baseball park, and it was like behind the baseball park.
Okay, yeah,
so,
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah. So we went there. Yeah. So and it like we were able to get through it, and as soon as I was on the floor and I was done, like they were very they were very amicable. They're like, all right, he's done. Get off of him. You win.
Yeah.
And then fucking we went our separate ways. And then I went to go to Jack in the Box and get some fucking ice cream because I had just got my ass kicked.
Yeah, that's
good times. Good times.
All right, I want to talk about this. So I met you doing comedy.
Right.
And you did comedy. You started a little bit before I did, comedy-wise.
Yeah.
But now, over the last couple of years, you transitioned to music.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
And you have a music name.
Yeah, I go by Frisky.
Yeah. So what happened? What was with? I'm sure you probably always played the guitar. And
yeah. I actually started playing music before I started doing stand-up.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I always played, but I never thought I was good enough. I remember when I was like 23, I made like a little demo and I showed it to like this producer, and it was awful. And he like told me, and then that just crushed my dreams. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick with stand up. I'm good at stand up, And then but I still continued with music, doing it on my own because I liked it. And then I don't know, like I just got a certain point in comedy where I was just like, I don't see myself growing as an artist because I have a 9 to 5. I can't really go on tour. I'm not doing that many shows a night, so I'm not getting good. Like I felt like I plateaued. And with music, I can work on it. I know how to write songs. So I decided to shift to that full time and just really focus on it. Really focus to try to find my own voice, my own sound. And the first album, it was okay. I did fine, but it was more of me experimenting of what works, what doesn't work. And then I think with this album coming up,
you got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I have a second album coming out called Face the Music.
But your last album was not that long ago.
It was last year. It was September 2018. Yeah.
Yeah. So not even a year, and you're about to come out with another one.
Yeah. Well,
that's great,
dude. I could pump out songs. That was another thing that it was it's a strength of mine that I didn't never focused on was that I know how to write music. I know how to write songs. I know song structure really well. And it's just something I never honed in on as a practice. I was just always I always just understood music. But now that I sat down and working on my songwriting skills, I'm like, holy shit, that this is a talent that I have. And it's something that a lot of people struggle with, a lot of musicians, because they don't have strong songwriting skills. You know, they usually need someone else to write for them, and if they do have strong writing skills, they don't have the performance skills. Like, so they're always missing something. But I can perform and I can write. So I really focused in, and with the second album, I think I really found my voice as an artist, like what I'm supposed to sound like and what is genuine to me.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for it. Like, it's really good. It's very it's very diverse. Like, no song is the same, and it's got a little bit of everything, which is exactly who I am. Like, I have influences from all over the place. Like, if you like rap, it's got rap. If you like rock and roll, it's got rock and roll riffs in it. If you like good lyrics, it's got really good lyrics.
Heavy metal.
It's got a little bit of just not heavy metal, but I do have a couple songs that use distorted guitar, but more of in a bluesy kind of sense.
What's distorted guitar? Like, what does that mean?
So heavy metal, you know how like the guitar is very loud. It's got a lot of like.
I mean, it just depends
it's
on
got
who
a lot
it
of,
is,
yeah, it's got a lot of reverb, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of gain, a lot of distortion it's something in and of itself. Is when you distort the sound of the guitar.
So is that like something they do like on the speakers or like?
Yeah, you do it through the amp. Yeah. So
Okay,
the amp is
that's
a distortion sound. Yeah. I don't know the actual technicality of why it's distorted. I just know what distortion is.
Like for example, like Tom Morello has a guitar, but like when you hear it, you know that it's him.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's how he turns the thing, or if there's
probably, yeah. He probably and there's a million different amps and different pedals that you can run a guitar through to make it sound a certain way. You know, like Hendrix has his own sound. Like, it's a very like wah kind of sound. Who? Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
I know John Frusciante.
I didn't say. I thought he said Kendrick.
Oh, Kendrick, yeah.
And
I
was like,
just
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I know who Jimi Hendrix is, Alex.
Yeah, you know, and then Frusciante, he has his own sound. John Frusciante, the guitarist from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, so Did
you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Who was it?
I know Flea. I don't know the other guy.
Flea, he has his own sound too. So so it's a mixture between using the right amps.
Okay.
And then also the style in playing. So that's kind of like where like a lot of guitarists, they find their voice. Like, you know, a Santana song as soon as you hear that guitar, you're like, oh, this is Santana.
For sure.
Like, because he has his sound. So that's kind of like, so I got a little bit of that, like my own style in guitar. Like, you can hear it in the riffs, like, because I was very very influenced by 90s rock and roll and 70s rock and roll. So 70s, I loved it because of, like, for example, AC/DC. I love the type of chord progressions that the guitarist Angus Young would do. And they're very unique and very powerful, but simple at the same time. And then for Frusciante, with the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy, and the guitarist Mike Eisenberg from Incubus,
What the fuck happened to Incubus?
Yeah, I think they're like
no, they are, but
they're back together, but they haven't made like an album in a while.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but what I liked about their style in playing is that they took that space and then, like, it was still spacious. It was still very minimal, but they would break down a chord, like, instead of like just playing it flat out. Like, they would create their own melody out of one chord. I
bet Brandon Boyd from Incubus is having sex right now.
Oh, he probably is.
Yeah,
total sex symbol. Such a bastard.
Anyway,
so I use that knowledge in my guitar playing in this album, and then lyricism like Eminem, Tupac. I really like Kendrick, J. Cole, like that
so
sort of lyricism.
Kendrick that time.
Yeah, I did say Kendrick that time. So I use that, like, I'm very influenced from that in terms of lyricism and the rapping styles, and like each of them have their own unique rapping styles.
Yeah.
So I developed my own like sound in that sense, and then singing. You know, obviously I was very influenced. By
you have a single that comes out when this podcast is released. Your single will have been out for a day.
Correct. Yes.
So
and it's called Nothing Burns.
Nothing Burns.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like. Is it about gonorrhea?
It's herpes. Herpes.
No, gonorrhea is
no. No. So this song is about. If I could boil it down to one sentence, is our personal hells make us stronger. So Nothing Burns is kind of a reference to hell in like the metaphoric sense that when you go to hell, you know, there's a lot of flames, so you get burned a lot. And a lot of us, we live in personal hells. For example, you live in a world where your father was killed, or you live with an ex. With the singer you're about to hear, he lived with his ex for 2 months, and she was sleeping with someone else, and he couldn't leave because he didn't have any money. So that was his own personal hell.
Wow.
And although he's in such a shitty situation and it feels like the worst, it feels like your own personal hell on earth. It's actually going to make you stronger as a human being, and it actually makes you much more callous. And so that's what the song is about. It's called Nothing Burns because
more callous.
Yeah, it makes you more callous.
That's a David Goggins reference.
Is it?
You don't know
I
who
don't
David
know
Goggins
that is. No.
Alex knows.
Yeah.
He talks about building a callous mind all the time.
Correct, and that's exactly what this song means. It's just you become more callous as a human being, but it makes you stronger.
Did you bring the song for us to listen to?
I did.
For my listeners to
for
listen?
the listener, yes, I did.
Oh,
I did.
wow.
I think Alex.
All right, let's. So what's the song called?
Nothing Burns. It's
Nothing
by Frisky
Burns.
and my friend Kyler James, a fantastic singer. He sings the hook on it.
Kyler James.
Kyler James. C-Y-L-E-R.
Is he a white
James.
person?
He is a white person.
Sounds white.
Yeah.
Kyler James.
Kyler James. But he's
all right, let's take a listen to Nothing Burns by Frisky.
Been to bed just to see me fail.
This is him, right?
What?
This is him.
It's Kyler James, right?
Sometimes I just wanna give and fold. Nothing's gonna keep me from what I need. Nothing's gonna bring me to my knees. Cause I've been to hell so many times.
Are you playing the piano?
Yeah. I wrote all the music.
Okay.
So many times that I feel like the devil when I get burnt every time. It's not an easy endeavor, but I know that's how we learn, that's how we grow to get better. I never learned to quit, I wish I knew how to settle, but I won't till I doubt. Till then it's all fun and games. Till then I'll hide behind the curtain, hiding all of my pain. Take my rejection in stride like it's part of the plan. I'm past the point of hoping for a helping hand. Now I'm not trying to sound ungrateful like my life isn't perfect, but just picture a place where there's drive-bys and churches, where the only thing that populates your house more as roaches. Now tell me that kid wouldn't question his purpose, wouldn't grow up thinking, man, is all of this worth it? Watching his dad work his ass off to just try to end it, but I'll admit, even though it hurts to reminisce, it made me callous as fuck, so I wouldn't trade it for shit.
Oh, okay, there's a callous as fuck.
Yeah,
All right. Give it up. Give it up for Nothing Burns.
Ooh.
Frisky and Kyler James.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Out now.
That's out now on
Out now.
iTunes. and-
iTunes, Spotify, YouTube.
No, don't fucking tell me. See, okay. I'm going to tell you this, okay? I have an album out on iTunes, and I promote it on iTunes and on CD Baby, and it's on Spotify, and it's. But here's the thing: as independent artists, we put. I don't know how much you spend for like studio time or whatever if you do it at home or just, but like there's money that goes into like making those things.
Yeah.
So like on the one hand, it's like you just want people to hear it, but at the same time, you know, you kind of want to get like you want to get paid for your work too.
Right.
You know, it's
right,
just
right,
like
right.
everyone I know, if you went to work, they'd be like, hey, guess what? Thanks for your work. We're not going to pay you today. You'd be like, fuck you, man, if you have a real job.
Yeah.
So as artists, people seem like to think they want shit for free. And I'm always like,
Right.
like I didn't tell anyone my album was on Spotify
Yeah.
because I wanted them to pay for it.
Right.
And I got a check yesterday for like my album sales. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I'm still haven't officially told everybody that my shit's on. I still, when I do plug my album, I'm like, get it on iTunes, like all the places where you can buy it. So
Right.
buy Andy's song. If you like it, fucking
Yeah.
buy it.
Fucking buy it, dude.
Don't be a cheap
Buy it,
bastard.
Yeah.
If you buy one song, it's what, $1.29?
Yeah, $1.29.
Yeah, you're gonna spend
Being
that.
cheap.
It's nothing.
Yeah, that's not even that's a fifth of a beer in LA.
A fifth. Where the
Yeah.
fuck you buying beers, dude?
Everywhere, dude. It's expensive.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more. I think it's less. It's like an eighth of a beer in
Oh,
LA.
probably.
Dodger,
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium beers are like $18,
Yup.
dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank God I don't drink.
And when you act surprised, they look at you like you're weird. They're
Yeah, like get out of here, poor person.
Yeah.
This is the game. Like, get out of here. The Forum, it's even, or like the Staples Center, it's even like, oh, I don't even want to. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Thanks for sharing that with
Yeah,
us,
of course, man. Thanks for
Listen
thanks
to.
for
I want
listening.
people listen to it. Buy it, and then the
Buy
album,
Nothing Burns.
the actual full album comes out when?
It's gonna come out July 29th.
Okay,
I have yes, it's a full length
so that's
album.
so that's the first single, and then
First single. I have another single coming out beforehand. It's gonna
Before
be called
it
"Hold
drops.
It Down." Yeah,
Oh.
this is gonna be a more upbeat one.
Okay,
And then I got the full album. Yeah, I think it's a really good album. It's very diverse.
Uh-huh.
No song sounds the same, and it takes you on this musical and emotional journey that does not end
if
without you orgasming.
let me ask you a question, and you could be honest with
Okay.
me. If you had to choose where you want your music career to
Okay.
take you, what would you say? There's a hospital patient looking through the window right now.
I see that. He's probably like, "Yo, dog, I want some studio time."
He had like a bracelet on, looked like he just got out of the hospital. But
Yeah.
I also could be being an asshole, and that could be like a fashion
I
statement.
don't know, dude. I think he's gone though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like, he just locked it.
If
Uh-huh.
if you had to choose where your music's gonna take you, like what would you really want?
I mean, the full ride, dude. It's
Yeah.
playing large stadiums.
A large stadium,
Yeah,
okay.
large stadiums.
That's very specific.
Having access to, the best musicians in the industry.
Uh-huh.
And you get to that through just reputation and putting out, good music consistently.
Uh-huh.
And then just have being on the top 100 Billboard, like as a hip hop artist
Okay.
for sure.
As a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's my music's different, but I would still classify it as hip hop because it
Uh-huh.
has obviously rapping as part of a style, and it utilizes the types of drums that you hear in hip hop, and just the storytelling that comes along with this music is very hip hop, and I'm telling my own personal truth, which is also very hip hop. So
Yeah.
that's why I want to classify it as hip hop.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's different. It's not gonna be like anything you hear on the radio, all the mumble stuff, which I'm cool with that, but it's just not me.
Do you sell like I mean, obviously it'll be like people can buy it online, but do you like when you do shows? Do you take like physical copies?
Yeah,
of your
I'll have
CDs
physical
too?
copies. Yeah, I'll have
Sweet.
physical copies for sale. I'm always like, you could buy it, support me, or you could
Yeah.
steal from me.
I always like when
Yeah.
people are like, why do you make CDs? I'm like, because like when I do shows,
Yeah.
especially like I said, like on the road, people like to just like if they really liked you,
Yeah,
they want to show that they liked you, and it's like
Yeah.
yeah, they could follow you on social media, but like they just want to buy something.
yeah,
And so whether it's a CD or a T-shirt or whatever, like
Right.
and like a lot of times as artists, we're not getting paid a ton. Like
Yeah.
for me, it's just like I just love getting paid to tell jokes. Like so
Right.
whatever that amount is, I'm like sweet. I'm getting paid to tell jokes. This
For
is
sure.
awesome. So
absolutely.
if I can make more money by selling CDs, T-shirts, whatever, like you want them to be able to give you some more money before they leave. So
No, I agree.
it's
No,
great.
and like although CD sales have gone way down,
Oh no, for
it
sure.
is still a source of revenue.
Yeah.
And as a business person, you have to look at it like that. Like,
Yeah.
like you miss out on 100% of sales you don't make.
Yeah.
So, like, have CDs as an artist. Like,
I think so. I mean, like yeah,
and
like
yeah,
because I used to sell. I don't know if I don't think I used to sell like download cards.
yeah,
But like a lot of times, if I go to like casinos or something, it's
Mhm.
older people or just older people in
Yeah.
general. Like they don't quite understand.
yeah. I
what-
don't even understand download
The
cards.
download
really.
cards, yeah,
like,
It's
I'm-
weird, but it's like it's
Yeah.
cheaper to make them than CDs.
Right, right.
But I was just like, you know what, dude?
Nah.
I'm just gonna sell CDs.
Yeah,
and
dude,
If they
and-
like it,
and
they
you're
like
right.
it.
You're right.
You could sign it. Some people want you to sign it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll sign it.
yeah,
Cool.
a lot of them are like, if you ever get famous, I get the
Yeah,
first
and I'm
copy."
like, well, yeah, for
"Thanks."
sure, I will be. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
fine.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, and half the generation out there, like they understand the importance of a CD. Like
Yeah.
they know that a CD is much more intimate,
It's
and
cool.
they connect
But
to it that
what's
way.
weird is like I'm hearing I don't have a new car,
Yeah.
but I'm hearing that like brand new cars, a lot of them don't even have CD players anymore.
Mine's doesn't.
That's fucking weird.
Mine's
really?
doesn't,
Look
yeah.
at Andy flexing on here.
Yeah, Flex in 2016 Honda Civic.
Wait,
doesn't-
really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and it didn't have one, and it took me like about like fucking 5 months to figure it out. That's how
Yeah,
unnecessary.
because you don't
it
buy
is.
CDs.
yeah, yeah.
I buy-
And then I went to
I
a
buy
local,
CDs
Yeah.
of like if it's someone I know,
yeah.
or I'll buy every time Justin comes out with a CD, I'll buy it.
Of course, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You like probably buy 100 and.
No, I just want.
That's why he loves Justin Timberlake.
but I like
But I love Justin Timberlake too.
yeah. He's
But you're
great.
more you like him more.
No, like I love him.
Yeah, yeah. You love him, yeah, right.
He's
But-
not the GOAT yet, but like he could be almost there.
Really, I think from a musical standpoint and just overall success, I think it could be argued that he's the GOAT
Yeah, I know it could be.
as a pop artist.
I just think like whatever you believe aside,
yeah,
like people were fainting to see Michael Jackson,
yeah,
like,
that's true.
like by the droves and by being carted out and carried out of Michael Jackson concerts, and the same
Yeah.
thing with like the Beatles for
Yeah,
some reason.
for sure. But
So
we have to put him in the category of single pop artists. Beatles is a band.
no, yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying like, as far as like MJ, I think is still like
Of
I
course,
said,
yeah.
barring-
He's so MJ. It goes MJ, Prince.
yeah.
Uh,
and Justin's up there, man.
Justin's up there, dude.
Yeah.
He really is up there. Who else?
But I think, but when he's said and done, he might
Yeah.
end up being because he's like branched off into so much more things. Like,
Yeah.
he's got clothes, he's got shoes,
Yeah, dude,
he's got like
his
fucking-
longevity and his
Yeah, yeah.
likability is freaking insane.
I don't know. People talk
like-
shit, but they're just
No,
haters.
yeah, dude, hell yeah. Like,
Yeah, but I'll
there's
buy
nothing
it.
to hate about Justin.
I'll buy Justin's CD.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna start buying Justin records, vinyl,
Do it,
just
man.
because
He wants you to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have so much Justin Timberlake stuff.
I've noticed, like, you like one thing in each area. Like the Dodgers, you're like, this is my team, this is what I'm sticking with. And
Yeah,
like
for sure.
music, this Justin is my guy, this is what I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
You're very loyal.
I mean, I like other people
Yeah.
too, but like he's
but you're
like,
loyal. You're
like
loyal. Backstreet Boys.
I like Backstreet Boys.
Wait, no, NSYNC. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
I mean, of course.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Best band ever.
Yeah. Dude, no, yeah, they're fucking great.
They are.
I heard they're gonna do like a reunion concert.
We'll see, man.
Was that from you that I heard
They
that from?
Yeah, they said they're gonna. Well, because they kind of did like a mini reunion at
Yeah.
Coachella with Ariana Grande, because a lot of people don't know, because like there's a lot of young people that just fucking don't know. But Ariana Grande's song has an NSYNC reference, like an actual sample of their song
Oh, really?
inside her verse,
Uh-huh.
and it's
didn't know that.
it's from an NSYNC song. You didn't know that?
Which song?
I'm
She
gonna
has, like,
fucking do it right
she
now.
Has like a
Will I
shit
get
ton.
kicked off, Alex, for doing this? No, I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
But it's the song "Break Up with Your Girlfriend" by
Oh yeah,
Ariana Grande.
the new one.
She goes, the verse goes, "Call me a hater if you want to, but I only hate on it 'cause." So, and that's an actual line from an NSYNC song. The same line, "Call me
Oh.
a hater if you." So anyway, that's why she brought them out to perform with her at Coachella. Justin couldn't do it, which I've heard from like some inside sources that there's like some other stuff going on as to why he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Nothing with the band. It was just like contractual thing that
Yeah.
he may or may not have broke. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but it's pretty inside source. So if you want to know, you can DM me and I'll tell you the whole story.
I can't
But
reveal my
anyway,
sources.
so because everyone made such a big deal about it, now they're talking about like they're gonna sit down and figure out if it's something they can do,
Mm-hmm.
which basically just means they got to sit down and convince Justin to do it, because he's
Yeah.
the one that doesn't need to do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he doesn't.
No,
need
he
it.
doesn't. No, the other guys kind of need it.
The other
Did you,
guys,
did you see that?
they're fine, but
yeah.
like they would really benefit.
Did you see that that documentary that they did?
I haven't seen it because it's on YouTube Red,
Yeah.
and I don't fucking have
I don't have
YouTube,
YouTube
Red.
Red. Yeah.
I-
Have you
I-
seen it? No, it looks good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wanted to see it,
the
and then
guy-
I thought because they said it was on YouTube, and then I went and I'm like, I'm not fucking. I have Hulu,
Yeah.
I have Netflix, I have fucking Spotify, I have Apple
But you-
Music, I have cable,
Yeah.
like I have internet. Like I'm like I can't just keep fucking. I
Right.
have DC streaming service because I'm a fucking nerd and I like comic book shit.
DC.
Well, because they had a couple shows that I liked,
All right,
or
fine.
like that
I'll
I
give it
wanted
to
to like, and now I know this girl that's on the other. Like they
Yeah.
keep releasing shows every like
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
months, and so
Okay.
whatever.
But you, so I didn't have YouTube Red either, but I still did my research on that guy. I forget his name.
Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, dude, he's got literature out there for days about him. So just
Yeah. I mean,
freaking do a Google search on Lou Pearlman.
he
you
went
can
to
see-
prison. He
Yeah.
died in prison.
Yeah, he did he went to prison because of a Ponzi scheme,
Right.
that he was tricking old people. But dude, Backstreet
He
Boys
was
and
embezzling
NSYNC
money.
was a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, LFO, O-Town. I think there's another band. that
98
he-
Degrees.
I don't think he was at 98 Degrees.
Oh, but they were the same idea.
I'm
You're-
dying now.
you're right,
We
Don?
should stop this podcast.
Yeah, we don't want to
Um,
die on air.
Plug your socials again.
Sure. Frisky is the artist's name. You can find me on Instagram, handle Frisky Troubles. You can find me on SoundCloud. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes. Just search Frisky. The first album was Frisky Experience. New album comes out late July 29th, called Face the Music. It's going to be a great musical experience. If
Is it
you're into
available
that
for
sort of things.
pre-order on iTunes?
You know what? It probably will be. I haven't gotten to that
Not
stage
yet.
yet. We're still in
Okay.
post-production.
Okay.
So I haven't gotten
okay.
to I haven't gotten to the point of actually putting it up for distribution, but I should have it done by the 15th, and then I'll probably be ready for pre-order. Sure.
Okay. And then do you have any shows coming up where anyone can catch you?
Just follow me on Instagram. I will be doing an album release party / show.
Okay.
So if you want to be a part of that, just follow me on Instagram, Frisky Troubles.
Maybe don't tell me like 2 nights before, like the last time.
No. I'll give you advance notice for sure. Sure. I'm working with a couple promoters in the area to find like a really great
this
venue.
area?
Yeah, in LA, and probably Hollywood. I'll probably do Hollywood.
Cool.
So yeah. So it'll be a good time.
I still think we need to go we need to do like a little music / comedy.
Well, yeah.
Like,
well, we
fucking-
tried that the first time. You were supposed to host.
Yeah,
remember?
well, that was a
snafu.
that was like a when everyone was doing like themed shows, and I was like, okay, let me get my theme show. I'm talking just like not because that was like a play with the comedy. I'm talking like you do music, I do comedy. Maybe we get like one more music person, and one more comic, and then just have like a show.
Yeah, I know we've been meaning to do that, but I've been so busy in the studio that I haven't had time to like wrap my head around like creating like a show. But I'm gonna I'm gonna sit on this album for a little while, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of shows. So we'll something like that would be really dope. Yeah, I mean you could get the venue and then we'll put the act together.
Yeah,
I'm down for that for sure.
All right, you heard it first, guys. A tour. Frisky and Petey and whoever else. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you liked the podcast, rate it, review it on iTunes. If you're listening on iTunes, I don't think you can rate it and review it on the other sites. But share it if you like it. Spread the wealth. Follow Andy/Frisky. It helps if you like it and share it and subscribe, even if you like on iTunes as well. So yeah, guys, thanks for listening. This has been The Camera Adds 10 Pounds. I will be at the Ice House Thursday, July 11th. If you're in the area, come check me out. And that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.